Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel live in Alberta. I'm here with my business partner, Viviana Delchangel.
Hi, everybody.
We run the Live Realty Group in Central Alberta. We work throughout, but we want to talk today about this Drake Landing, which is a solar-powered community that was established in 2006. And about 52 homes in the area.
Drake Landing, solar community of Okotoks. Really cool concept, especially in super sunny Alberta. Solar energy, love it.
Yeah.
Wind energy, not so great out here, but solar energy, I think, is something, that you can make really good. So this community actually has panels all around the community, right? And then they have solar panels all across their garages. So they're all interconnected, and then they store the energy.
Yeah. Worldwide acclaim. Like, people were really happy about this. This is like one of the first concepts, and it really proved that it can work. They were expecting 25 to 30 years, but now everything is starting to fail. And so the options are redo the solar grid, basically, or turn over to heat pumps, which heat pumps don't really work well in Alberta just because it's too cold in the winter for a heat pump to work properly, or go over to gas furnaces, which they kind of pre-planned putting a backup in case it didn't work.
I thought I read that some of the houses did already start moving over to natural gas now.
They did, yeah. They're basically saying that it's just too expensive to replace, and so much of it was custom that they can't just replace it now.
Yeah, it's impossible to find the replacement parts that they need.
Yeah, and on top of that, the new stuff won't integrate particularly well or at all with the older systems.
Yeah. I wonder what they're going to do, because to replace that whole thing and upgrade it to what we have today.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in 20 years, all of that technology has come so far.
Right, absolutely.
So maybe it would be a good investment, but then is that a cash call?
Yeah, I don't even know how that community, I didn't do any research on that community to see if it's a homeowners association, if it's condo board. I'm sure it's one of the two, if not both. But yeah, the system worked really well. It would collect sun all summer long, and then they stored the underground batteries, and then throughout the winter when the heat or electricity was needed, it would supply the homes up to 100% at some times.
Yeah, absolutely.
But mostly 90% is what I've read.
There were some tricky years in there. I think 2013, 2014, it was in the 90, 92%, but they were saying 2015, 2016, it was like 99%.
Yeah.
Almost 100% really.
Really great concept. I'm sure it was very costly to build. And long term, these things are more affordable than paying for fossil fuels.
It is an HOA, but I have not been able to find out what the HOA fees are. And it looks like somebody said that they're monthly, but I don't know what that actual number is.
I gotta imagine it's gonna be pretty high.
Yeah, I would imagine it is. Like, the majority of these houses, there were 20 of them that sold in the last year.
Yeah.
Since March last year, and they're all in like the 750 to 850,000 range.
So if this heating system is failing, and people are buying these houses, I'm sure it's a beautiful community.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering if this is being disclosed to them, that this heating system is failing, or maybe these people are just buying them and they're the ones who are flipping them over to gas furnaces.
Maybe. Or maybe they have the cash to be able to say, okay, well, if a cash call comes, I'm okay with that. I'd rather live. There are people who would rather move to that community and try and make it work.
Yeah, for sure.
Than pay taxes, then pay your utilities and work on natural gas. I mean. Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah. I think it's a really cool concept, and I think it
is a really cool concept.
Yeah.
But clearly it's demonstrating that green energy is still fairly new.
Yeah.
And maybe all the ins and outs haven't been foreseen.
Yeah, haven't worked out all the bugs yet.
Yeah.
And that just like your cell phone, you're going to have to upgrade your green energy devices, I guess.
Yeah.
Is the best way to call them.
So, again, expensive when these things need to be upgraded.
Yeah, the technology is not cheap.
Yeah,
that's for sure. Especially when you're doing 52 houses and collectively, it's going to be a really big endeavor.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to actually know what the numbers are. What did that cost per house or per buyer to install that versus how much money did they save not paying gas bills over the past couple of years? I'm sure they're saving a shitload right now because of carbon tax.
Yeah.
I got political again, but whatever.
I know. That's okay. Did you have the solar panel guys come to your, door knock your area?
No.
last week?
No.
No.
They've been advertising hard on Facebook recently, though.
Yeah, for Sylvan Lake. Mm-hmm. I wonder if, you know what? We're going to find out what those costs are, especially in our community, just to see, because I know what I pay in utilities and it is not cheap.
That's crazy.
And there's just two of us.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, that'll be my homework for next week.
All right, sounds good.
And then we'll keep tabs on what's happening in Drake Landing.
Yeah, so we just thought we should introduce you guys or talk about this to you guys. And, green energy is good, but there are costs associated with it that maybe weren't thought out long term.
We're not far along enough in the technology to have it available and cheap for everybody. Like, it's still expensive.
Yeah.
AF. So maybe that should be an initiative, an action plan for some of the accelerator funds. I don't know. Red Deer got denied, so maybe that should be a thing. But yeah, you'll see houses every now and then that have solar panels, and they're, marketing that as something that's really attractive.
Yeah.
But right now, it's not really common for people to find value in that because they're still so expensive. And if you have to do anything with them, replace them, repair them, it doesn't necessarily add value to your house. It's just another cost that you see that you have to incur.
I have a feeling that a lot of the solar power, wind power, all that stuff is very emotional based.
Yeah.
It's based on emotions, based on people's feelings about harming the environment.
Yeah.
And
well, I think for the most part, a lot of people want to reduce their carbon footprint, especially when you see China doing what they're doing, India doing what they're doing, and like Saudi Arabia just dumping oil into troughs. Like, it just makes sense from a moral standpoint, I guess, to be aware and be cognizant and try at least.
yeah.
Everybody thinks that Alberta is just oil, 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 pew, pew, pew. But
What do you guys think? Are you oil, 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 pew, 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 or green energy?
you don't have to be one or the other either.
Well, you can be both, I guess.
You can
Yeah.
integrate both. That's what I'm saying, right? But anyways, okay, Drake Landing, we'll give you updates. I guess we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.